Ooh. Ah. Mmm. Yes. What's up, tankers? I'm Humble Rumble, and this is BigBOOOTYJudy.
Hey, guys.
And we're going to talk to you guys about tank types today. We're going to jump right into a light tank gameplay and try to show you all the positive and negative aspects of light tanking. Early on, what do we do in light tanks?
Well, first of all, we're in A20s, Tier 4, and it is a light tank, like you said, and our jobs as light tanks is to spot.
Ooh, what's spotting?
Spotting. Light tanks have very good vision. Not the best, but very good. They are super fast tanks, but guess what?
What?
They have no armor. Light tanks have very, very light armor. They have the best camo, light armor, good vision, super fast. So get to those key positions, spot out the reds, and pray to God your team pushes up to hold them, to keep them back.
I think one of the interesting things in this gameplay is you show that you get up there, you get a little spot initially, and then someone on your team just keeps on going, and they get blown up and they get punished. So in a light tank, should you keep on going, or should you be a little more cautious once you get to halfway?
No, once you spot them up, you need to be very cautious. You have zero armor. As you can see here, I'm not going to say name any names, but somebody learns the hard way.
That rock had friends. He didn't like that I bumped into him.
No, light tanks, you cannot play the front line on light tanks. Your job is to get in, to keep them spotted, and to get the hell out. My partner's in a lot of trouble. My team is pushing
and you
up.
can't save him.
No,
you can't save him.
Nope.
He's gone.
Sometimes
He's gone.
you gotta cut the dead weight. So he gone. I'm saying, run, Humble! He's like, I don't know if I'm going to make it.
And so it looks like you're running away, but what are you actually doing here?
I'm actually trying to go in and get behind them and spot up the rest of the TDs. Because if you look on the map, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 TDs on the red team. So I'm trying to get in there and light them up.
I like here. Yeah, why are you getting behind this guy? Why aren't you just ramming him?
Because well, first of all, he's a TD, but he's in a turretless TD, and he can't shoot me. So you get in behind him because he doesn't have a turret. He can't turn his turret. He has to turn his whole
So you're telling me that if I were to get behind a turretless TD, that they can't shoot me?
That's right. If you get in behind them, there's nothing they can do but booty bump you.
What? I thought you were the only one booty bumping, but I must be crazy. So why are you going up here? Why aren't you just fighting both of them at the same time?
What I'm trying to do is get them separated. I'm trying to get in behind them. I know the M3 Lee is my biggest threat. So I'm trying to get behind him. I'm not really worried about this little Tier 4. But I'm trying to get them separated. And I get the Tier 4 down low enough that I know I'm watching the M3. Always keep your head on a swivel. And I'm going in for the ram kill because I'm not reloaded. And then I turn and I can clip out that M3.
Ooh, boy. I just like how quick this tank is. It seems like, are all light tanks that kind of nimble and that kind of quick?
Yes.
But tell me about here right now. Why didn't you push out right there?
Well, my partner was telling me to. I said, Humble, is he looking at me? Oh, no, he's not looking. Well, I knew he was looking at me. So what I did is I went back and I reset my camo. Guess what? He can't see me. I got a full clip into him, and now he finally sees me because I shot.
When you shoot, does your camo rating go down?
Yes, it does. And that's why I went back, reset my camo again, and now I'm pushing in. My heavies took him out. We win the game. That's how you play a light tank.
So essentially, don't go 1v5. Go around and kill 5.
Yes, use your speed, spot them out, and hide. Be a ninja. You're a nimble ninja. Be a ninja.
Alrighty, so now from Nimble Ninjas, we're heading on to the Cavalry. What's the next tank type?
It's the mediums!
Woot woot!
Woo woo!
What are we going to see?
All right, we are on Port Bay. That's the map we're on. And the medium's job is, the meta of the map is, you know, pretty much going back hill for the mediums. The reason why mediums are fast, they can get to that position back there as quickly as possible. That E50 took off because he doesn't really know what he's doing, but we do. So we are pushing to the back hill to get in position to hold off the reds until our heavies can move in.
And I know we can also spot, but can the heavies spot us back?
No, unless there's a medium like that dude right there. Mediums have the best vision in Blitz, so this spot right here is very good. Cause see, looky here, boom, boom. We're about to light them all up. There they are. And most mediums have. Oh, look at you! Look at you! You see that?
I was just giving you an encouragement pat on the back.
Most mediums have very strong. They're great hold down. They're fantastic hold down. So that's what we're doing back here. I'm keeping it dancing. That's the best thing you can do in a medium tank. Move it back and forth, dance, 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 and stay hold down because it is very difficult to hit a small moving target, especially one with a great turret like the T62.
I think one of the benefits that this map kind of exemplifies like perfectly about what medium tanks can do is if they get to the right spot. So there are spots on every map where if a medium tank gets there, it allows their heavies to move forward safely and comfortably. So you see that where you've got all our team, all our heavies are concentrated around the C cap, which is a power position because in Supremacy you need that position. But it also gives us map control and allows us to control. It allows us to use more of the map than the Reds do. Reds can.
Right. I want to also mention that mediums have great camo. So if we needed to, we could go back at these mediums once they were taken out. If we needed to, we could go back and reset our camo, and those heavies would never spot us.
Because our camo would reset as well, yeah. I noticed you've been, very, very strategically whittling these guys down. What are you looking for before you're about to push over the hill here? What do you look for when you push over? What's the right time to push and get aggressive?
Well, I'm looking at all the tanks, and I see they're all distracted. I see that T62 turned, so I'm going to go get his butt. And I'm on comms with you, and you tell me I got him, and I'm like, sweet, there's an E3, a turretless TD. My
you got favorite. Behind another turretless TD.
Oh, yeah, there's nothing he can do. He is trapped. I got his butt, and I'm going to take him down. And I'm thinking that my partner is shooting him with me, but no. No.
Well, one of the benefits of being with a platoon mate such as yourself and being on comms is I knew that you were going to finish him up, which allowed me to, use my mobility and push up, as you're going to see as you turn around, push up and support these what is it, our tanks that might not be playing as well or might be whittled down a little bit, and just allows me to support and move up.
And you did a fantastic job of that. Keeping the reds spotted up so our heavies can go, oh, they're over there. Basically what we're doing now is just cleanup crew. We're just going in to clean up. I mean, if you look at me, I'm full health. I sat back there, bounced I don't know how many shots, but they couldn't pin me. So I'm going to clean up this IS-7. And where's my partner? Oh, I see him on the mini-map going to take on a full health JGE-100.
Well, one of the benefits of being so humble is knowing that even if I make a mistake, my partner's going to clean up for me and bail me out.
Bail you out, important to, or steal your kill?
Yeah, I'll steal my kill as well, but I didn't want to use those words. I think while we have the chance here, I think it's important to mention that if you're a TD or any other tank, if you're driving backwards when you spawn in, there are almost no positions whatsoever. There are a few maps where it's acceptable, but there are almost no positions whatsoever where if you're driving backwards in spawn, you're making the right decision. Don't do that.
No, especially in a JGE-100. It is the most protected tier 10 for the most part. Don't sit in camp. But you see here, I did great damage, got 42, 44, 3 kills, and basically we were just nuisance. That's what we were. They couldn't do anything, but we kept them distracted long enough for our heavies to push in, and we whittled them down, and we took them out. So that is the job. That's the job of a medium tank.
Fierce. And we're moving on from the cavalry to the frontline brawlers. Judy, what's a frontline brawler?
Frontline brawlers are your heavy tanks, your freight trains. Choo-choo!
What makes freight trains and heavy tanks so special?
They are your bad mamma jammas, man. They're your most heavily armored. They are slower. They have longer reloads, but man, they got a big ol' alpha.
Boom. And I've heard some heavy tanks say when I get in game, call a direction, that they're too slow, they can't get there. Are there circumstances where, you know, or should heavy tanks be saying they're too slow?
Oh my God, no. Never, ever, ever say, I'm too slow, I'm in a heavy. No, you freaking go. I don't care if it takes 5 minutes to get there, you freaking get there. You do your job.
I say it seems like if the heavy tanks don't get to where they're going, you're pretty much just giving up the map. Like if you guys don't get to this corner, the enemies get the corner and they just shooting down this alleyway at you guys.
Yeah, that's right. You have to push up and hold them off, and that's what I'm playing with Gambler right now. He's a fantastic heavy player, and we're holding the line. We're 2v4 right now, screaming and yelling and panicking, but damn it, we're getting it.
What are some things when the numbers are against you, what are some things that you try to do or focus on in your heavy tanks in order to kind of make the odds more in your favor?
Just like in a medium tank, keep moving, dance, 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 angle, angle. You need to angle your body, and you need to angle your turret. It's a little difficult to get to do, but you'll get the hang of it, and you'll just be bouncing shots left and right. So definitely keep trying to do that.
It looks to me that because you have that additional alpha and that additional armor and that additional health, you can get into a little bit more trouble. And it seems as if you guys are, forcing a lot of bounces and creating a lot of havoc for the Reds. What are you doing here? Well,
here I'm telling Gambler, push up, because I see them coming around the back, and I know that I can take a hit, and he can't. So I'm trying to keep my teammate alive, which is what you need to do in game. Even if you don't know them, 2 guns are better than 1. Take the hit, try to keep him alive. And I fell because Gambler died. I'm so sorry, Gambler, but I tried.
You did get him an extra shot, which is pretty pivotal later on.
Yes, it is.
What makes you switch to the 57 Heavy here?
I know that he is an autoloader, and I know his clip can take me out. And this OBJ 140 is struggling pretty bad, but God bless his heart. He tried so hard. And what I'm doing is what you have to do when mediums are here is you have to try your best to keep them in front of you. They get behind you, start CODing you, anything like that, you're a goner. So keep them in front of you the best you can and face hug them.
Are the heavies a good line to start out with?
Yes. If you are a new player, please grab yourself a heavy tank. They're the most forgiving. You can make mistakes and still survive and learn. And definitely start out with the heavy tank and then branch off to your mediums, your lots, and your TDs.
Greg, as I was saying, that game earlier in my 820 where I kind of pushed up a little too far, if I was a little bit slower, a little more armor, a little more health, I probably would have survived and probably been way more successful. Whoa! Check out that steel wall.
Steel wall. Look at the ace. Look at the ace. Freaking took me 400 games to ace this damn tank, and I did it. Thank you so much, Gambler. I was so proud. I was taking screenshots. Man, we were rocking it. It was.
And just goes
awesome.
To show that if you angle properly and you get into position 2v4, you bounce 9 shots, you took 16 hits. If those 16 hits had hit the rest of your team, that would have been a completely different game.
Yes. I took 16. I think Gambler took 17. I mean, we definitely worked our butts off on that one. Great. Again, great job, Gambler. Angels on your shoulders. Humble, what are those?
Those are your TDs, a.k.a. tank destroyers.
How do you tell what tank destroyers are in battle?
Oh, well, if you look at the team list at the top left and the top right, they're your blue tanks on your team. Or on the enemy team as well.
Since you are the king of tank destroyers, why don't you tell us a little bit about them?
You're either being very kind or you're just saying I bait you too often.
Oh, I'm most definitely your meat shield 90% of the time.
Well, that's the thing that's important to know about tank destroyers. They tend to be support tanks. So they're not going to be doing the spotting. They're not going to be doing the fighting, brawling early on. They're going to be going to positions where they're protected, and they're going to be helping the tanks that need help.
Cool. So playing the support role, is that called the fourth line?
Yes, some people say the third line, but you'll see here that you're very famous for playing the fourth line. As far look at that corner, it's as far back as possible.
Damn right. I like what you're doing here. You have gone across the map to try to spot them up for me. Great job.
Well, I was going to say it's very important because if we get shots here, most of the times, particularly in this position, the enemies will see me. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. They definitely won't see you at that range. And so it'll be two guns. So you're supporting me there. You're making me play confidently. I wouldn't play that there. I wouldn't play that position without you in the game. And that's why it's a kind of a symbiotic relationship of I can take extra risk because I know that there's a TD supporting me behind me.
All right. And why can't they spot me out here? How's my camo?
Well, your camo specifically in this scenario, you've got great camo because of the distance, but overall TDs tend to have lackluster camo. So that's second maybe to heavy tanks, but for the most part, you want to stay further back and you can't rely on being able to outspot or out hide from tanks unless you're using different types of cover.
And the camo net, does that help?
Well, the camo net helps the most out of it. In terms of the adjustments for by tank type, the camo net helps TDs the most because of their most lackluster camo. What's interesting here, exactly what you're doing is most people tend to focus on one target or focus on another target or tunnel one target rather. But what's important here is that you're not just staring at one guy and saying, I hope he comes out. You're looking around, you're looking for the shots, and you're alternating between what shots are available and what shots aren't.
And that's because how the reloads on TDs.
Oof, they're difficult. They're very difficult because you see here 13.8 seconds. Mediums at the same tier will have here at tier 10 maybe 5, 6, 7 second reloads. So they're going to be able to put out 2 to 3 shots before you can even get out your second shot. So you want to. It's another reason why you want to stay further back. Tell us about how do you choose where you aim on this tank?
Well, the grill, I know that the distance, he's very far away, and I know the shell velocity, it slows down or whatever, so I'm leading him. I led him with my HE shot, and I hit him.
And as you see the massive roll, you switched to HE, you knew your target.
That's right. Anytime you see a grill, a waffle, or anybody like that, well, you better switch over to HE.
And now here, I noticed you're moving up. Why did you decide not to just sit back and play that fourth line for the whole game?
Well, I see my OBJ-263 is a one-shot, my T-30 struggling, and I know all the reds are bunched up right there, so I'm useless back there doing nothing. So I'm going to move in and let them use my my health, my hit points, and try to take them out.
I would say it's a very important thing to point out is that one of the benefits of being able to sit back and being a support tank is support doesn't mean backline all the time. It means essentially right now the best thing that you could do for your team, the best way you could support them is by sharing the hit points and taking a couple hits. You knew, thankfully, because of your platoon mate who ran off and did his own thing, you knew where everyone was, and so you can make a safe decision and push up there.
Yes.
Here, I noticed that you're hugging the mound here, and you're not really pushing out and pushing too aggressively. Is there a different style of play between targeted TDs and targetless TDs?
Yes, like here I am trying to hug the wall to make sure that this medium doesn't come and try to COD me, try to get around me and circle me.
Fair enough. And so COD is Circle of Death?
Yes. That is when a medium or a light just circles around you, and there's nothing you can do, but you can have your speed boost, and it helps.
I was going to say, pretty much, this entire video we've been showing how much fun getting behind a targetless TD can be. It's important to not be that person. You want to use hard cover and stay close by.
And do not go out into the open. That's the worst thing you can do as a turretless TD. Here I'm pushing down.
Now, why do you choose this target?
Yeah, well, I've got the help to do it, and I know that you're taking out that IS-4, so I'm targeting the T-62. I'm going to pin him up, bounce a shot, and hopefully get my reload, but I don't. My teammate gets him, and we win the game.
It's fantastic. I think that's another thing is they can't get behind you if you're pushing them backwards. I mean,
you have to face hug them. You have to keep them in front of you no matter what. Boy, look at the damage from the fourth line. Woo, woo.
Some fantastic damage. I think that just goes to show exactly how beneficial sitting back and being patient can be. I think in a TD, it's most important to be patient.
Yes, it really is. Guys, thank you for watching. I hope you learned about the different tank tops, and I hope you can use that in game. I hope we've taught you something, anything.
Stay classy, Mamma Jammas.
All right, bye, guys. Have a good one.
Blow up some tanks!
Hello.
Is it me you're looking for?
Are you ready?
Are you ready to rumble?
Are you ready?
I'm ready to rumble!
No. Restart it.
What? No!
Yes! 13.
Are you ready?
Oh my god!
Atta girl. As you see, let's talk about all the heavies in the game, all the TDs bringing the pain. Left. Yeah. What the fuck? Why is he? How? You're in front of me. You're first spotted. What the fuck? Okay. I just potatoed him. Okay. You're in front of me. You're the freaking. That's bullshit. That's complete bullshit.